If you are traveling to the Nashville area anytime soon, or you're thinking about making a move here, then I've got some information that you need to know about the Nashville Airport because it's been catching a lot of flack lately and for good reason. So we're going to be talking about what you need to know about the Nashville Airport coming up in today's video. Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Caitlin Martin and I am a local Nashville real estate agent and founder of the Caitlin Martin team, powered by Weichert Realtors, the Andrews Group. I specialize in working with savvy sellers who want to sell right and sell smart, as well as working with out-of-staters looking to relocate to the Middle Tennessee area. Now, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, thank you so much. Please feel free to click subscribe down below so that you are notified anytime I release new video content. So in today's video, we're talking about the Nashville Airport. Now, I did do a previous video just giving you an update about the airport, what to know, because it's been undergoing a massive renovation project. It's not complete. There's still a little ways to go. So there are things to know about that, but we're gonna be talking about just what you need to know because again, it's been catching a lot of flack lately and for good reason. So let's start talking about it. So one of the biggest issues that we are seeing at the Nashville Airport currently is the way that they are navigating arrivals and departures. So for those that have never been to the Nashville Airport, a couple of things to note. The location of the Nashville Airport is going to be just east of downtown Nashville. It's going to be on Interstate 40. So with it, there was generally one exit, which is actually 216A, to where for both arrivals and departures, where they would have you funnel in and then it splits top and bottom for arrival or for departures and arrivals. Now, what they've done because of this massive renovation project that they've been undergoing, the traffic patterns, they have changed them where arrivals enter through one exit, departures enter through another exit. And so what we've seen because of these traffic patterns that they've put into place, which hopefully this is not permanent, because if it is, it's going to be a nightmare. But what we're seeing is, especially in high traffic times when people are coming in, so Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays, those are typically the busiest days that we're seeing. And so what you'll notice, unfortunately, is because of the way they've got these traffic patterns, especially when it comes to picking up people at the Nashville Airport, is becomes this massive backlog of people in cars, to the point where if you are trying to pick somebody up, there's a good opportunity that if you're in one of those most popular times, you're going to end up in a line that is very, very long. In fact, when I picked family members up from the airport recently, it would be 45 minutes from the time I entered into the loop to where I was going to come up and pick them up in the arrivals section. Now, 45 minutes is gonna be kind of typical. I have heard, especially around the holidays, people waiting up to an hour and a half in the line. It is so bad. And then on top of it, because of the way the patterns are, even for people that are coming to the airport to leave, depending on when that is, unfortunately lately, the lines have still been so long that people have actually left their Uber, whether it was in the line getting towards the airport terminal or if it was still on the interstate. They literally would get out of their rideshare car and walk to the airport. It was that bad. And that's just unfortunately what we're seeing. The other part of the problem is the cell phone lot. They've relocated far away from the airport, which in my opinion makes zero sense. Surely there's somebody who's involved in the planning that maybe has a better purpose than what those of us that actually have to use it understand it to be. But the cell phone lot that used to be really conveniently located to pick up people that were arriving, they've now relocated it further away from the airport out on Murfreesboro Road, which makes it really, in my opinion, inconvenient. So that's the other problem, is because people know that you're going to be waiting in these lines is they go ahead and get in because it's going to most likely be a while when it comes to picking up your people. Now, another thing that I've seen people do, and I cannot advocate for this, but because when you're going to pick up people from the arrivals section, depending on the hour, sometimes the departure ramp and where, you know, drop-offs for departure is far less crowded. And if people that are needing to be picked up can get up to the ticketing level, you can kind of bypass it and pick them up there, which you're not supposed to do, and I'm not advocating for that, but it is one way to get around it. But really and truly, I think the biggest struggle that we're seeing with the Nashville airport right now is their traffic patterns and just navigating the volume of people coming in and out of the Nashville airport. But again, hopefully this is something that is temporary and not permanent, because if it's permanent, it's going to be an actual nightmare. But again, we're still going through an expansion of the airport, which should be complete in 2026. It's just in the midst of everything. The traffic patterns are the worst right now. Couple of other things to note in terms of changes within the Nashville airport. So when I did my last video, I had talked about how there were two terminals or two security points depending on which terminal. A and B had a security checkpoint and C and D had a security checkpoint. Now, throughout the renovations, they have one massive central security checkpoint. And the last time that my husband and I actually flew through it, it was supposedly one of the busiest travel days for fall break. And when we pulled up, I saw the line and I thought, oh my gosh, this is gonna take forever. But the beautiful thing about it was they actually had security running in a very efficient manner. They had multiple machines open, and a lot of them are those machines where you do not have to take off your shoes, take out your electronics, things like that. But also the way that they weave the lines around. And then when we went through, there was actually a security dog to where they would space out when people could walk through a certain area and the dog would go around you. It actually made security quite easy to navigate. Now, right past security is a brand new open, it kind of reminds me of a food court. There's a couple of different restaurants, a big space to sit down, eat, wait for your flight. It's really, really nice. So yes, the airport's struggling, especially in terms of traffic, which can be just a disaster, but there's also some really nice updates within the airport as they are working through this big expansion. A couple of other great things to know is that British Airways and the Nashville International Airport are in talks in terms of trying to expand the capacity of the plane size in terms of the flight that is nonstop to and from London, which is one of our international non-stops. So what they're looking at is right now they have a certain plane size, but because of the demand and capacity, they're looking at increasing the plane size so that they're able to take more people back and forth. Another thing is Alaska Airlines recently announced that starting in the spring of 2024, they're actually going to be offering a new nonstop flight between Portland, Oregon and Nashville. And just so you know, Nashville prior to these additions had about 84, 85 different direct flights that took place every single day. That's why people enjoy moving to the Nashville area, because so many flights are able to happen within a direct flight versus having to constantly be on connecting flights. You can get to about 2/3 of the US with a direct flight that's 2 hours or less. So that is another great option that they're adding for the Nashville International Airport. Now, another thing to note, because there is still renovations taking place, there is right now currently, as of the filming of this video, between Terminal C, gates 11 through 16, those are actually being serviced by a shuttle. So the shuttle actually takes you from the plane to the terminal. So just know that doesn't plan to be in place forever, but again, they're looking at adding a international terminal, and so things are continuing to shift as they continue this build out. So that is happening right now. Now let's actually, to give you an idea of what you can expect with this complete complete airport expansion. Let's actually take a look at the interactive map and just see all the various features that are coming to fruition with this Nashville International Vision Plan for the airport. Okay, so here is the BNA Vision website. This is where you can go to take a look at just everything they're planning with this full airport expansion. And so as you can see, again, I'll link this down below so that you're able to go and take a look at it if you want to, but there's a video showing everything that's coming along with this virtual tour. And just so you know, through this BNA Vision, they're adding the 3-phase terminal garage complex, an on-site Hilton branded hotel, which is not something that we've had before, the spacious terminal lobby and central checkpoint, which if you take a look at this video here, you can just see they have done a beautiful job here with the lobby and the central checkpoint. They're also adding expanded ticketing and baggage areas, additional security lanes, which I mentioned earlier. Even when the security line looked crazy, it was actually fairly easy and efficient to navigate. They are adding a new concourse with retail and dining, more gates, a state-of-the-art international arrivals facility, and future transit connector. So let's then go and take a look at this virtual tour. So this is this level right here. This is where you're looking at dropping off departures. You can see, I mean, this bridge here, this plaza, all of this was not there before. Up here, that's where the hotel is going to be. But it's just really nice because this does give you the opportunity to really start to take a look at what the Nashville International Airport looks like. If you've never been or you're coming, this can also just give you a great idea of how to navigate, because this is that new concourse that I talked about in terms of security. And then obviously there's concessions right below it, but as you can see, down that way is going to be ticketing. And then as you spin around, this does take you down to the arrivals level, more ticketing this way. But it is really neat. These screens play different scenes of Nashville, just really neat. Then if you go through, this is the new concessions that I was talking about that is open. There's a wine bar. And again, it's right past security. And then this does break off into different terminals. So I'm not going to go through the entire thing, but I did just want to be able to give you a little bit of a visual in terms of what you can expect just with the Nashville Airport. Again, overall, I mean, these changes are beautiful, but just know one of the biggest issues that we're dealing with right now is just traffic. So again, if you are coming to visit the Nashville Airport or you're moving here and you're just wanting to know more about it, the biggest piece of advice that I can offer right now is just to plan ahead, prepare, leave more than enough time, whether you're leaving out of the Nashville Airport, especially if it's around the weekend, or leave plenty of time when it comes to going and picking up loved ones from the airport, because right now the biggest problem is going to be the way they're routing traffic for arrivals and departures. And like I said, they've recently gotten more flack just because people have had to walk to attempt to not miss their flight, and just truly it is time consuming just trying to pick somebody up. But again, hopefully that is only temporary. So if you are thinking about making a move to the Middle Tennessee area, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. All of my contact information is below. If you're wanting to learn more about Nashville and you're ready to have that conversation with me, you can actually click the link down below where I do have a link to go ahead and schedule a Zoom call with me. If you're not quite ready for that just yet, that's okay. I do have a free Nashville relocation guide located right down below it. You click the link and you'll be able to download the Nashville relocation guide. Again, my name is Caitlin Martin. I'll see you next time.